Well, hello there. How you doing? My name's Harsh, and I have a very peaceful voice. One that takes you straight into the meat and potatoes as we ask the question that many people are asking right now, and that is, where is Nicola Bulley? Because she's still not been found. What is it, day 10 or 11? This lady is gone. She's vanished like a fart in the wind. And people don't just vanish. We know that. Something isn't seeming to be right here. And we have to tread carefully because it is still early days, although it's not really early days. It's thought that she may have fallen into the water, but there is nothing to support that, only that there is nothing to support any other version of events. But is that entirely true? I don't know. But let's take a look at where we are now. So let's have a look at this together. So, Nicola Bulley, police focus on River Path in search for missing mum. So the 45-year-old was last seen on a riverside dog walk in St Michael's on Wye in Lancashire 10 days ago. I think this was published about 6 hours ago or so. The force said sightings show her movements from the school where she dropped her two daughters off along the river path and into the field. They urged drivers or cyclists on Garstang Road to contact them. A partner, Paul Ansell, said in a statement released by Lancashire Police, "It's been 10 days now since Nicola went missing, and I have two little girls who miss their mummy desperately, who need her back. This has been such a tough time for the girls especially, but also for me and all of Nicola's family and friends, as well as the wider community, and I want to thank them for their love and support." And there is a picture of Paul sporting a beautiful hat. In an update, the force said, "We can say with confidence that by reviewing CCTV, Nicola has not left the field during the key times via Rowan Water, either through the site itself or via the piece of land at the side. Also, we can say that she did not return from the fields along Allotment Lane or via the path at the rear of Grapes Pub onto Garstang Road. Our inquiries now focus on the river path, which leads from the fields back to Garstang Road. For that, we need drivers and cyclists who travelled that way of the morning of the 27th of January to make contact. Police believe Miss Bulley may have fallen into the River Wye, but they remain open-minded and are continuing to carry out a huge number of inquiries. The force said officers have spoken to numerous witnesses, analysed Nicola's mobile phone and Fitbit, and searched the derelict house on the other side of the river, as well as any empty caravans in the vicinity, because there's a caravan park. So look, it would appear they're doing their due diligence. They have obviously, as soon as she went missing, they've cordoned off the whole area and turned it into a crime. No, they haven't cordoned off the whole area and turned it into a crime scene. I do apologise. That's just what I thought they should have perhaps done before assuming that she fell into the river, because she's not been found. And there is a professional dive team now on it. Look, a team of divers from Private Specialist Group International, SGI, have also been assisting with the search. The firm's founder, Peter Folding, said his team of experts and divers based in Dorking, Surrey, worked with Lancashire Police and searched 3 or 4 miles of the river until it got dark. So this dive team, think of them as Adventures with Purpose without Jared Lysak. And that's what you've got. It's a negative search. No signs of Nicola, he said. Speaking on Talk TV on Monday night, he said, "This is the most baffling case I've ever worked on. After 25 years of doing this type of work and hundreds of cases, I am totally baffled." His team will look through another stretch of river on Tuesday towards where Nicola originally went missing. He added, Miss Bulley had dropped her 2 daughters, aged 6 and 9, off at school and then went on her usual dog walk alongside the river. Her phone, still connected to the team's call for her job as a mortgage advisor, was found on the bench on a steep riverbank overlooking the water, along with the dog lead and the dog harness on the ground. So that's where we are. And they say it's steep. It's not, you can kind of, let me just go back over here. This picture here kind of shows the camber, if you like, of the embankment. It's not massively steep. There are some areas that's more steep. But what you've also got to understand, for those of you who are not familiar with this river, is that the water by the water's edge. So imagine if she's slipped down the embankment, she's going to slip into the edge of the water, isn't she? And the edge of the water is apparently not that deep, a few inches deep. Yeah, it might be deeper elsewhere, but right by the water's edge, if you slip and slide down the embankment into the water, it's not overly deep. And it's also not a strong tidal river either. It's a slow-flowing river. And Nicola is also, it's been stated that she was a strong swimmer. She had a Fitbit. And everybody who has Fitbits, they're fit. I had a Fitbit. I'm fit-ish. But look, the question still remains, what happened to Nicola? Like I alluded to at the beginning, the site has not been cordoned off. It hasn't been, treated like a crime scene. It has been kind of stated that perhaps police very quickly came to the assumption that she's fallen into the river and therefore they could have missed something else. Sort of other law enforcement, ex-law enforcement have kind of said, no, that's wrong. This is, it's perfectly normal to assume that she went into the water. Which, yeah, it probably is, but the dog was there, the dog was dry, so she didn't go after the dog. You've got to wonder why the phone was left on the bench and it wasn't taken with her. Could that kind of point in 2 different avenues, and we have to be careful here? The phone as a bit of a decoy, perhaps, or an emergency situation that meant, I'll leave my phone there. I don't think to this point anybody has said when she was last heard physically speaking on that call. I'm guessing it was on mute. Who knows? But she's still gone. She's still missing. And my thought process here is, if she had fallen in and sadly drowned in the river, would she not have now been on the surface of the water and easier to find, unless she was, of course, weighted down? We've also got some comments surrounding the nearby caravan park and the fact that the camera, which would have been the only camera there that would have given any clue to what happened, just happened to not have been working on that morning. Convenient or inconvenient? Who knows at this stage? But look, we need to find out what happened. We need to know where this lady is. She does have 2 daughters who miss her incredibly, and a dog that I'm guessing also misses her incredibly. The only thing that does confuse me is if this was something to do with the dog that meant that she went to the water's edge and fell into the water, wouldn't the dog have been showing some form of distress, perhaps where she went into the water? Who knows? That seems a little bit strange to me. Let me know what you think. Do you think she went into the water? Is the information that's out there helping or hindering? I'm not going to add to that. There is a lot of speculation, and I've said in my previous video I'm not getting into that. But I do feel at this stage, the fact that she has not been found, we do have professional divers with professional diving and search equipment on that stretch of water. it's looking every day that passes that something may have been missed. Let me know down below what you think, and I'll catch you all in the next one.